All right, June 23rd. Yesterday, somebody suggested I buy a mic, so I did. It should get here in a few days, and the audio should get a lot better. My black pen's over there. Okay, I'm back. Time for story time. All right, so lunchbox. Since my chef didn't have a restaurant, obviously we have to cook out of somewhere. So a lot of it was like cooking at my school and at other restaurants of other chefs that he knew. And so there was this one specific kitchen where it's by the airport, and they let us use our kitchen because they're only open for lunch or whatever, and we would come in later in the day anyways. So it was a relatively small kitchen. It was more functioning like a cafeteria for the staff over there. It wasn't really like a public restaurant that you would eat at. And yeah, so the story, there's two parts of a story. The first part is when we were prepping over there, I forget what happened, but well, you know, like normal, the chef got really mad for some reason, and I can't quite remember exactly what it is, but, and keep in mind, the chef is relatively big, not buff, but fat. But he's pretty tall, but he's more fat than buff, so he's not like scary muscular or anything. He's just large in size. And yeah, and then the other cook that normally did all the events with us, he's very skinny. He's probably like an inch or two shorter than me, but really skinny, so he's probably like 140, 150, no, maybe 150, 140 to 150 pounds, so relatively not as big as the guy. He's probably double his size at least. Anyways, he got really angry for some reason, and we're prepping for this event, and he wasn't angry at me, he was angry at him. And then we're standing in that kitchen, and then there's this like cart, and then there's like a thing of ice water on top, and there's stuff on every rack. And he got really angry, and he like flipped the whole, while he was yelling, he flipped the whole cart, and then there's ice water all over the place. And when that happened, that's when I was like getting ready to defend the other cook, because this guy is physically like twice his weight, and he was so angry that he's the yelling is normal at this point, but he physically like flipped a metal cart over that wasn't even his cart. It was this other restaurant's cart, and it's kind of like not respecting their property and that type of stuff. Anyways, like when he did that, I actually got like angry, and I was like ready to like jump on him if it seemed like he was gonna attack the other guy. But yeah, he got really pissed, and then he left. Me and the other cook just cleaned up the mess that he just left there, and we just kept prepping. And yeah, there was a lot of prep to get done. And then it was like he drove us there too, and this is like out in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like, oh, just walk 10 feet and there's a bus stop or something. It's like in an isolated place. He drove us there, and you had to have like special access to get in, and he just left. So we were just looking at each other like, what do we do? I guess we keep doing the prep for the event that we're supposed to do. So we just kept doing it, and then he called at I think like 6 o'clock or something. He called me because he was angry at the other guy. He called me, and then he was like, how much more stuff do you need to get done, like that type of stuff. and he was still really angry. And then I was like, there's a lot to do, at least a couple hours, because he's supposed to help do his work too, but he just left. So there's a lot of work. And then I told him like, there's a lot of stuff. It's gonna take at least like 5 hours or something. And then he got really angry, and then he was like, you have 2 hours. I'm gonna come at like 8 o'clock to pick you guys up. If you guys don't get in the car, I'm gonna leave you there. So I was like, okay. So I was like, yeah, okay. And then 8 o'clock comes, and then he's outside, and the event is tomorrow. He's sitting in his car at 8 o'clock, and then he's like, I'm here, let's go. And like he called me, and then he's like, I'm here, let's go. And then I responded to him. I was like, we're not done yet. We're not ready for tomorrow. We're not done with the work that you should be more worried about. I didn't say that part, but we're not done prepping. And then he was like, he just got more aggro and yelled some more and whatever. It's like, I'm gonna leave you here and whatever, and you guys find your own way back and all that type of stuff. And then I was like, that's fine. I was more worried. I take more pride in getting my job done, and I'm more worried about that than going home or having somebody to get home. So I was like, yeah, you can leave. We're gonna work until the job is done. And then so it turned out that like he left, and then he came back after like 2 hours or something, and then he came inside and he wasn't as angry anymore for some reason. And then yeah, he kind of, we sat down and he gave like a scolding speech to the other guy again, but it was probably like 11 o'clock or something we finished. And then yeah, we wrapped everything up, ready to come pick it up tomorrow and bring it to the event. So that's that thing. It was him getting so angry that I almost jumped him. So that was part one. Part two is we came in the next day. We took everything. We went to the event, and then there's pork belly missing. And then we're like, I literally didn't touch the pork belly at all at any point in the process, so my hands were clean. But so it was them two that did it, like prepped it and cut it and put in the container and all that stuff. No, it was the chef. The chef actually did it. He did it himself, like wrapped up and put it in the fridge, and he did it himself. And we packed everything, we took all our stuff, we went through all the fridges to make sure we grabbed everything, we brought it to an event, and we start unpacking stuff, and it's like, okay, this is this dish, this is this dish, this is this dish. And then it was like, where's the pork belly? And then the chef is like yelling at us like, you left the pork belly at the place. And then we're like, no, that's impossible, we looked through everything. And it was, we went through everything like 5 times to make sure we didn't miss anything. And so he's like, rah, 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 rah. And then eventually I think one of us or 2 of us or 3 of us, somebody went back there to look again, and I think it was me and the other cook. We both went, and then we went and we looked through everything, literally could not find the pork belly. And then we told him, and he got angry, and you know, that whole angry thing. Anyways, what we think happened is, because I read on their refrigerator, there's a sign that said something basically like, anything not labeled is gonna get thrown away. And I was like, the people who work here, they probably threw away our stuff. So it's our fault that we didn't label the stuff. But like, if you work somewhere and all of a sudden the next morning, all of this mysterious prep just appeared in your restaurant that you don't use, you would think like, this is somebody else's stuff, and like maybe I shouldn't throw it away even if it's breaking the rules, because you know, respect other people's property. But I don't know. They threw it away, and then the chef got mad about it, but he didn't get mad at them. It, so he was just mad in general, which by default it comes to me and the other guy because we're the only ones around. So yeah, our prep got thrown away by the cooks of that restaurant, and yeah, I think it was wrong on both sides. We shouldn't have not labeled it, or the chef shouldn't have not labeled it, and they shouldn't have thrown away our stuff. Especially if you don't know, like if you know it was your own restaurant stuff and it was the nighttime guy and the daytime guy, and you know, like there's a hard rule in house, by all means, like throw it away and stuff because you know it's your own company's. But if it's something that's blatantly not yours because it's not it's in a container that you don't even use, like that's like just a matter of respect, not only for other people's stuff but like of somebody else's company's stuff who's using your space, and like clearly they had permission to do it. It's not like somebody just like broke in and used your fridges, and then like you would think like maybe, I don't know, ask a manager or something, and then unless they did ask the manager and the manager's like, ah, fuck them, they're using our space, they broke the rules, let's try and screw them over. So yeah, that should be 10 minutes for today.